Hello, my name is Toy Degree, and I am the Family and Consumer Education Agent with the Rowan County Cooperative Extension. Today I'm partnering with Smart Start Rowan to bring you information about the Week of the Young Child. The Week of the Young Child is an annual celebration that is sponsored by the National Association for the Education of Young Children, which is the largest early child education association with nearly 60,000 members and 51 affiliates. The purpose of the Week of the Young Child is to focus public attention on the needs of children and their families and to recognize the early childhood programs and services that meet those needs. Here in Rowan County, we usually celebrate the Week of the Young Child with an annual Read to Me event, where board members such as myself select a book and we go out to the centers and we read to the children. I look forward to this event more and more each year to see the children, their smiles, and how happy they are to see us. This year, of course, things are a bit different and we don't have the opportunity to do that. So I have been selected or asked, which I'm honored to be asked, to do a Tasty Tuesday video, which will show you how to make a fun snack with your children as we shelter in place. Hello, I'm back. I'm in uniform and I've set my studio up and everything is prepared for us to make our fruit and cheese snack mix. So you've seen the recipe, which calls for about an ounce of cheddar cheese cut into bite-sized pieces, about 8 or so. It also calls for a quarter cup of strawberries, quarter, and a half a cup of seedless grapes, and they can be the red or they can be the green. You'll also need snack bags and Chanel stems, or what we call pipe cleaners. And also, Sarah got very fancy and bought me some pom-poms to use. So we're going to use all these to put our fruit and cheese snacks together. Before we proceed though, I want to show you what they're going to look like. They're very cute and they're very springish, so the kids will certainly enjoy them, and there'll be things that they can reach for when they need a snack, or you can say, well, go get your little butterfly if you need a snack right now until dinner, and they will be grateful. They're cute and they certainly are nutritious. A few tips I want to give you before we move on that I'll also put in the PowerPoint. Just be sure that your little ones are being safe as they use their knives, and so I recommend a heavy-duty serrated plastic knife that they can use to cut, because they're going to want to cut, they're going to want to participate, and so you want to let them do that. Also, I want to give you a pointer about your strawberries as you cut them. You're going to cut the stem off, and of course I've washed everything, everything's been drained. You're going to cut the stem off, and so when you do that, they'll give you a flat surface, which we always want to use to cut is a flat surface. And then you're going to cut in a quarter, so you're going to cut it in half, and again another half. So you're going to end up with your quarters, perfect quarters, such as those. And that's all you're going to need to do. So now let's proceed to put together our fruit and cheese snacks. So grabbing your snack bag, you're going to open it up, and since I've already done all these things and have camera magic, here is my half cup of grapes cut in half, my quarter cup of strawberries, and my cheese pieces. So all I'm going to do is put them in the bag. So I have a spoon, so I'm just going to spoon them in the bag. And the one thing that you want to do is you want to try your very best to keep them separate and on their side, because it'll make it easier when you are getting ready to tie your Chanel stem around them. You also want to try your very best to make it as even as possible. So you see that I'm putting a little bit of everything in so that I can try to get them even. My first butterfly wasn't quite as even as it probably could have been, and I will admit I haven't made these in such a long time that my skills may have waned just a little bit. So I know it said about 8 pieces, but I did cut a little bit extra just because. And also you might want to think about your child and his or her needs, and And some of you may have children with just a little bit more of a healthy appetite that may need just a little bit more to satisfy them. So you might want to make them just a little bit heartier for your children. These are just suggestions. A recipe is simply a guide that you follow, and then you make it your own. Okay, so I've done real well in keeping them separated. So the most challenging part is, yep, you guessed it, closing the bag. So you want to push everything in, and you're going to use your fingers, and they're going to enjoy this part. Closing your bag up. Also, you want to be sure that you get all the air out, as you need it to be out to tie your chenille stem around. And I did actually good, but I do have a little bit of air in. So let me open it just in the center and push that air out. It's really easy if you push it out and you separate it. That'll get your air out a lot easier. So let me just clear my area a little bit so that you can see a little bit better. Push my strawberries to the side. And so I have gotten the air out. So they look just about even. So that's how it's going to look. Now, then you're going to grab your chenille stem. And you can do, it calls for green, but you can do whatever color you desire. So you're just going to grab the bag up, and I still have air in. So it's going to make it difficult. So let me go back in one more time. And these little boogers are hard to open sometimes when you don't have fingernails. Okay. There we go. Push the air out. See how it just poofs down? Push the air out. Seal it back up. Then you're going to get your chenille stem and you're going to tie it tight. So pull it, and look at there. It started to manifest as a little butterfly. So I would suggest tying it one more time. And then you're going to pull it up. And then you're going to wrap your antennas. Make your little antennas. Wrap them around to a little circle. Pull them up so they can stand up. And I don't know if antennas on a butterfly are always, you know, equal, because these sure aren't, but they sure are cute. So as you continue to roll them to make antennas, you want to be sure that they are straight. They don't necessarily have to be even, because mine aren't, but they need to be straight and stand up as antennas do. And when you get finished, this is what your finished project will look like. Your cheese, your strawberries, and your grapes. And this is your fruit and cheese snack mix. I do hope that you and your little one have the best time, or your little ones have the best time making these. Take care, stay safe, and enjoy your time with your children.